But we live now,
Oh,
y'all. We
damn it, we're
live.
live.
So I'm not
Hey,
sure what's going on. But
let's do it.
We here.
what's going
We here.
on,
Let's do it.
everybody? How y'all doing out there?
What the
Hopefully
hell?
everything is going well. Welcome to A Connection TV and AConnectionTV.com, the two places on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to Culture Club Live. We're gonna try something new. We're trying this new program out, and we got all these technical difficulties. Mahogany, can you hear us? Nope.
Are you there, Mahogany?
Here, but I can't hear Wesley.
Okay. Tell her to try logging out and logging back
Maybe
in.
my translator.
And if it
He
don't
said
work,
try.
you can just do the four of us.
He said log out and log back in again. Just leave the group and just come back. That's what I did. Leave the group and just come back. And it's gonna give you the option of turning the mic on and the video on. You got
And
to
I've
push
did that
both of
3 times, but I'll do it again. Okay.
I restarted my phone.
those.
What's going on, Christopher Taylor?
Come on, Chris Taylor.
What's up, Chris?
I think that's
Wow.
dope. Come on, this is a fancy little program when the
Yeah,
one of
It
you.
really
if
is.
it all works. If it works, yeah.
It's a program with fancy potential.
What's
Hey,
going
It gotta
on,
actually work.
Williams? Hey, Wes, how are you? And how is Mike from BFAM? Mike is pretty good. Mike is A-OK. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. What's going on, Daniel?
come on, Daniel. The people out here leaving comments. I think this is super dope.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mahogany, you here?
Was that Wesley that said something?
Yeah, that was Wesley.
I might be getting somewhere.
All right, all right, all right. Let's hope everything work out. What's going on again? Thank you guys for tuning in. We have Reiki, we have Daniel, Christopher Taylor, Nick Williams. Can somebody turn me down on theirs? I'm hearing the echo. But we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about today. Who's that? Was that Mahogany? Okay. I just want to make sure. We have a lot to talk about tonight. I want y'all to pay attention to this real quick. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, all the viewers watching. The first topic is going to be about Obama. Okay. Obama has some choice things to say, and I want to take a look at this real quick, and then we're going to give our thoughts.
Everybody, Anaya, thank you for that beautiful introduction. I could not be prouder of everything you've done in your time with the Obama Foundation. And of course, I couldn't be prouder of all of you in the graduating class of 2020, as well as the teachers and the coaches, and most of all, parents and family who've guided you along the way. Now, graduating is a big achievement under any circumstances. Some of you have had to overcome serious obstacles along the way, whether it was an illness, or a parent losing a job, or living in a neighborhood where people too often count you out. Along with the as of growing up, all of you have had to deal with reports of school shootings, the specter of climate change. And then, just as you're about to celebrate having made it through, just as you've been looking forward to proms and senior nights, graduation ceremonies, and let's face it, a whole bunch of parties, the world is turned upside down by a global pandemic. And as much as I'm sure you love your parents, I'll bet that being stuck at home with them and playing board games or watching Tiger King on TV is not exactly how you envisioned the last few months of your senior year.
Do y'all like Tiger King?
Now, I'll be
I haven't watched it yet. I've not gathered the interest.
It wasn't. You're not missing anything.
I don't remember much of my own high school graduation.
I haven't watched it either.
Not having to sit there and listen to a commencement speaker isn't all that bad. Mine usually go on way too long. Also, not that many people look great in those caps. especially if you have big ears like me. And you'll have plenty of time to catch up with your friends once the immediate public health crisis is over. But what remains true is that your graduation marks your passage into adulthood, the time when you begin to take charge of your own life. It's when you get to decide what's important to you, the kind of career you want to pursue, who you want to build a family with, the values you want to live by. And given the current state of the world, that may be kind of scary. If you planned on going away for college, getting dropped off at campus in the fall, that's no longer a given. If you are planning to work while going to school, finding that first job is going to be tougher. Even families that are relatively well off are dealing with massive uncertainty. Those who were struggling before, they're hanging on by a thread. All of which means that you're going to have to grow up faster than some generations. This pandemic has shaken up the status quo and laid bare a lot of our country's deep-seated problems, from massive economic inequality to ongoing racial disparities to a lack of basic health care for people who need it. It's woken a lot of young people up to the fact that the old ways of doing things just don't work. That it doesn't matter how much money you make if everyone around you is hungry and sick, and that our society and our democracy only work when we think not just about ourselves, but about each other. It's also pulled the curtain back on another hard truth, something that we all have to eventually accept once our childhood comes to an end. You know, all those adults that you used to think were in charge and knew what they were doing, turns out they don't have all the answers. A lot of them aren't even asking the right questions.
Right.
So if the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you. That realization may be kind of intimidating, but I hope it's also inspiring. With all the challenges this country faces right now, nobody can tell you, no, you're too young to understand, or this is how it's always been done. Because with so much uncertainty, with everything suddenly up for grabs, this is your generation's world to shape. Since I'm one of the old guys, I won't tell you what to do with this power that rests in your hands, but I'll leave you with 3 quick pieces of advice. First, don't be afraid. America's gone through tough times before: slavery, civil war, famine, disease, the Great Depression, and 9/11. And each time, we came out stronger, usually because a new generation, young people like you, learned from past mistakes and figured out how to make things better. Second, do what you think is right. Doing what feels good, what's convenient, what's easy, that's how little kids think. Unfortunately, a lot of so-called grown-ups, including some with fancy titles and important jobs, still think that way, which is why things are so screwed up. I hope that instead you decide to ground yourself in values that last, like honesty, hard work, responsibility, fairness, generosity.
Do y'all miss him or do y'all miss him?
Miss
Listen, we need that man back, period.
right now.
Truth that inside yourself, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, people will notice. They'll gravitate towards you, and you'll be part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
Exactly.
Finally, build a community. No one does big things by themselves. Right now, when people are scared, it's easy to be cynical and say, let me just look out for myself or my family or people who look or think or pray like me. But if we're going to get through these difficult times, if we're going to create a world where everybody has opportunity to find a job and afford college, if we're going to save the environment and defeat future pandemics, then we're going to have to do it together. So be alive to one another's struggles. Stand up for one another's rights. Leave behind all the old ways of thinking that divide us. Sexism, racial prejudice, status, greed, and set the world on a different path. When you need help, Michelle and I have made it the mission of our foundation to give young people like you the skills and support to lead in your own communities and to connect you with other young leaders around the country and around the globe. But the truth is, you don't need us to tell you what to do, because in so many ways, you've already started to lead. Congratulations, class of 2020. Keep making us proud.
All right. Does anybody know anybody that has graduated this year?
My younger brother has. My
Okay.
youngest brother.
Okay. Cool. What was his major?
Sports medicine.
Okay. Cool.
He
So,
graduated from high school. Oh, sorry.
so how do
Okay. Pretty
y'all feel about what the president, what
The
the
president.
The
former
ex-president,
president had to say?
former
That's still
president.
my president. I'm sorry. I'm not except formal off. That's still my president.
Okay.
True.
Okay. Randy Warhawk says, clap.
Come on, Randy.
So real quick, and to the people that are viewing, you guys can leave comments. I'll post your comments up. What would you guys do different with the government? How would you redesign the government? For example, would you make it mandatory for a male and a male and a woman to be president? Would you take out the Senate altogether? Would Republican and Democratic Party still exist? What are some ways you would redesign the government?
I think it should be a male and a female in office. Only reason because they feel that women are too soft. Women are a lot stronger than what they give us credit for. But I think it would give it some balance if we had a male and female in office. Because sometimes men,
I agree.
they react off of their egos versus what's right.
Okay.
That's all of us.
Any other
Like,
thoughts?
we have men and women in office now.
I mean, I agree with her.
Congress and
I think
the president.
I
But
think
not as
it'd be good
president,
if we
though.
had. I think it'd be better if we had male and female. I think that'd be a balance between the two. It'd make it a little more fair, reciprocal.
Okay.
So I agree with.
Bakari, what I'm saying is that would you agree, or would you think it would be best if we made it mandatory to have a male and a woman president?
I think it should be mandatory. That way that we can all be treated equal. We say that we're treated equal. That way we can't deny it. We got a female and we got a male, so everybody's treated fairly. I think that'll be great. So yes, I think it should be mandatory.
Bakari, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, the president just doesn't run the country by himself, right? So
Who did you call?
the president's a part of the executive branch. So there's the judicial and
I
the
can't
legislative.
hear.
And so all of those work together. I honestly believe if we go back to the Constitution and start over, then we could
I cannot
possibly
hear
see
him.
some change. Because the Constitution was written wrong, and it was written for the wrong people. It wasn't inclusive for everybody. So now here we are using a document that is ageless, well beyond its expiration date. It's like we're
Okay.
drinking sour milk, and we expect for our body to operate well after drinking.
Okay. I know Dacario can't hear Bakari. Can everybody else hear Bakari?
Not really.
Me neither.
So what happened, Bakari? We was good in the beginning, then all of a sudden it went
He
out.
probably got. He probably had to leave and come back.
Are you using headphones, Bakari?
No, I'm not using headphones.
Okay. I don't know why. I hear you perfectly. I don't know why everybody else can't hear you.
Yeah. I don't know.
It just sounds really tiny. Turn your mic
Sounds
up.
distorted.
Tiny. Okay. I mean, I can leave and come back.
Yeah, you can try that. But yeah, the viewers are saying they can't hear you either. It's saying turn your mic up. All right. Well, listen, I was trying to make this fancy for y'all. I like the way it looks.
It looks amazing.
Love it. I was like, look at us upgrading. Okay.
All right.
Ah.
Only 2-year terms, period. So no 4-year terms, just a 2-year term. Okay. That's interesting. But I don't know if the president or presidents could do much in just 2 years.
I don't believe so either.
No,
I say yeah.
I don't think so neither.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would definitely need
I
some
think we need
time.
more time.
Yeah. All
Right.
right. Hold on real quick. Let
I
me ask
agree.
the viewers. The viewers, can you guys hear me? The viewers out there? Let's make sure the viewers can hear us. Do 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 do.
Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, thank y'all for being here too. We're gonna get through this, y'all. We're gonna get through it. I think that whole Obama thing was great. How it came up on the screen.
Yeah, all of that, I think that was super dope. Like,
Right. So we was good for that little time. Maybe I need to play another video. We can get the rest of these kinks out real quick. We're gonna wait for Bakari to come in real quick. Lee Harris, he's still our president. Let's see. Okay.
and
Come
is
on.
I agree.
Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate it, Adrian. Adrian, are you dialed up? Maybe you could hop in, Adrian, if you dialed up.
How you doing, Adrian?
All right, let's see.
you can't do anything in 2 years. Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think you can either. I think the way that the government is designed, what he was saying, is that the way that the government is designed, or what I heard, is that it doesn't take care of right now. Currently, it does not take care of everybody, and especially we're in a white supremacist world, and it's very difficult for minorities to get a leg up. But if we were able to redesign completely, like destroy everything, and bring everything back up, what would you do, Martell? What would you do differently?
Someone had said it, and it was very much the statement I had, was basically to destroy the electoral, like just get rid of the electoral college, because I know, to me, I just can't fathom the fact that to this very day, Hillary Clinton, by the majority of the people, had more votes. More people in the United States of America want Hillary Clinton to be president, but the way the government's set up, numbers can be switched and whatever, and so now, based on these electoral colleges, we have this man.
We have Trump.
It's all about money.
Right.
It's all about money. It's all
like
about
he said,
money.
this man.
Right? Yeah. Because I mean, like, I don't acknowledge that.
I don't even acknowledge.
I hope he's
my
talking about
president.
Obama.
I don't even
And
acknowledge.
this man, I was speaking
Donald
on Trump, not Obama. I have nothing for Trump. I'm sorry.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
when
I
I
don't even
said
deal
this
with
man,
Trump.
I don't address him in such a sense. So I'm like, who is Dre Graham talking about? Because
Yeah, I don't think. I think Jay Graham was definitely talking about Obama.
Okay. He was trying to gather me real quick.
Has
Like,
commented was they were speaking on Obama. Just about everybody has commented down saying that he's still our president. They've been speaking on Obama.
Yeah, everybody likes Obama. Okay, we're gonna switch gears real quick. Should all shows remain to record remotely, or do you prefer in-person shows? So, like for example, right now we're recording remotely, but every single show, every talk show, you got The View, a lot of these news broadcasts and things of the sort. Even Love and Hip Hop, they're doing their interviews like remotely.
Live,
What do you
yeah.
guys think about this remote situation? Do you like it? Do you like more in person? Thoughts?
I like it. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, guys.
Oh no.
I like it because I mean it's live. You never know what's gonna happen. Like right now, we're having technical difficulties. Y'all
Right.
can hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Well, I like it. I agree with it. I think that it should be live, because you never know, what's gonna happen, and it's kind of like real time, so you can kind of get a feel of it, so you can feel it,
Basically, like right now with all the things we're going through, because now Mahogany can't hear you. Martell, what do you think?
Can't hear me, Mahogany?
I think I think I like the convenience of this, because right now I'm in DC. I'm in DC visiting my best friend, but I'm still able to film and be with you all just the same. But I do also enjoy doing these same conversations in person. And I feel like realistically, because Wes, you're technically live right now, we could all be together and still do something live. So I even think of like major shows like The Real is just the first one that comes to my mind. But I'm like, technically they're a small cast. I feel like they probably could still film live, but I guess it just really depends on people's comfortability about being near people and how close and things of that sort.
Right.
I love being live. I just wish we were live together.
Makes sense. Mahogany, how are you feeling?
Well, of course, what's missing right now with everybody is that human interaction. We just need that. It's just a part of nature and who we are. But for safety purposes, I know, miss you too. But for safety purposes, I think it is good that we still, record and film from our homes. But yeah,
Oh, yes.
I do miss the crowd interaction, the one-on-one interaction.
Exactly.
We need that. And for safety purposes, just to speak on love and hip hop, let's keep them at home. No more fighting. It kind of keeps them because they're distant between each other. They can't fight. Love and basketball, all of those type shows. Let's keep them at home. But yeah, I do miss having people live.
Young Rich says, until they find a working vaccine, everybody needs to stay their behinds at home. And also, I kind of like shows without an audience. Okay, I can vibe with that. I think Real Housewives of Atlanta had a very interesting reunion. I don't know if all of you watched the reunion, but it was taped remotely. And I thought it was pretty dope how the reunion was taped. I was thoroughly entertained.
So my question with that, because I've just seen clips, I haven't seen the whole thing, but it was still like a 3-part reunion as it would be normally. So did they just film that all at once and now they're just cutting it into pieces?
Yep.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep, that's exactly how they did it. And it was still very much entertaining, and I still got what I needed to get.
I think we lost Mahogany.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
I can hear you.
Kari, I can hear you. Okay, we lost one, gained one.
Mahogany, you there?
What happened to Mahogany?
I don't know what's going on with Mahogany now.
He's trying to come back, I think.
Rico is saying no. They need to fight. That's the show. Oh Lord Jesus, Rico liked the drama. He liked the drama.
Rico, get out.
Don't he like the drama?
Like,
all right, I'm gonna have y'all look at another thing real quick. We're gonna look at this video, and I'm gonna get y'all thoughts real quick. Let me see.
Alright, y'all, so peep this. Usher was quick to upset some barbs this week with his take on Nicki Minaj. On Saturday, May 16th, the veteran R&B singer hopped on Instagram Live with Swiss Beats to chat after he and Chris Brown were named as the next potential Versus contenders. While discussing other battles being kicked around, Swiss tossed out the idea of Nicki Minaj versus Lil Kim, but Usher wasn't really convinced.
But then to see Lil Kim versus Nicki. Ooh, I see a lot of that.
Yeah, but that's she Kim is Nicki is a
you
product.
You already trending on Twitter right now, by the way. It's the Versus effect, King. That's just trending on Twitter. See? This is special. This is fun.
Yeah.
Maxwell versus D'Angelo.
Nicki and Kim have a storied history, but things weren't always all bad. In fact, Nicki would often reference Kim as an influence early in her career, so Usher's statement isn't exactly far off. Kim is the pioneer for my generation, Nicki said in a 2009 interview where she named Kim as one of her top 5 rappers. She's the trendsetter. She's the queen bee.
Do I have to pull up the interviews? Have to pull up the interviews? Do I have to pull up the allhiphop.com questionnaire when they asked me my top 5? And 4 women were listed on my top 5. There was one line that said Kim, Foxy, and Remy.
On her 2008 mixtape Sucker Free, Nicki also paid homage to Kim by recreating the Queen Bee's infamous squat from her hardcore album. However, any love was lost once Nicki released her debut album, Pink Friday, in 2010. When the Eminem-assisted album cut, Roman's Revenge, came riddled with thinly veiled shots thrown Kim's way. Over a decade later, they have yet to patch things up, so the likelihood of a battle is quite low. regardless of Usher's opinion on the matter. So, what do you guys think? By saying she was the product of Lil Kim, it seemed to come across as more of her being influenced by Lil Kim, which I'm sure we can all agree she definitely was. It's the same as saying J. Cole was a product of Jay-Z or Nas. It doesn't discredit anything that J. Cole has accomplished by saying he was influenced by the pioneers in hip-hop, much like Lil Kim was a pioneer for women rappers in her day. I honestly don't understand how it could have been taken as disrespect, but then again, the Barbs will always be sensitive about their leader. But what do you guys think? Was Usher's comment misinterpreted or taken out of context? Or do you feel like he was just plain wrong in saying Nicki was a product of Lil Kim? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell.
All right.
Hey,
So
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Okay.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I think she is a prodigy. I mean, if you're gonna be original, be original. I mean, they got the same pose on the album cover. I mean, if you want to be original, she should be original. You know, I don't think she should be offended by it.
Okay. Mahogany, can you hear us, Mahogany?
Okay, thank God.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you think Nicki Minaj is a product of Lil Kim?
Most definitely. I mean, it's not to say she's identical to who Kim is, because she somewhat has her own identity. But Lil Kim did, right, that's why I said somewhat, because some, ghostwriters and stuff, I'm just saying sidebar. But Lil Kim did cut.
Oh, what? Oh, the Barbs are working quick. Attacking Mahogany real quick. The Barbs.
Hold on.
They mad. They're attacking me. But
yes,
Lil Kim she cut out the blueprint of who Nicki is, and she did open up a lane for a lot of females in their careers. So, and it's not to discredit Nicki in any type of way. I'm not a major fan of hers, but not to discredit Nicki in any kind of way. She is talented, but she did walk in Kim's footsteps for a long time before she broke away to say, this is who I am. Because I don't understand how, like he said, how it went out of, all out of context like it did, because you pay homage to her by recreating the album cover. So why is it a problem when they're saying that she helped to create who you are as an artist? She's not you, but she helped create it, who you are as an artist. She's just an ingredient of who you are. What's the problem?
Okay. And Young Rich, I could vibe with what you're saying, Young Rich. I agree with that. Bakari, how do you feel? Do you think Nicki Minaj is a product of Lil Kim?
Absolutely. I think we all kind of fall in the footsteps of the people that came before us.
Exactly. I agree.
Okay.
She did something that I think she was more successful at doing something that a lot of people do. Like, you see something that worked for somebody else, so you kind of take it, you tweak it, and you make it your own until you become whoever you want to become.
Okay. And Martell?
Randy Warhol is in these comments on YouTube, and he hit it right in the head. Influenced by and product of are two totally different things. And I think that's very much the case. Like the little girl group Chloe and Halle are a product of Beyonce. Beyonce is grooming those young women to be out in these streets, to be these amazing artists. To say, just as Nicki did say, she was influenced by Kim, but to say a product of, it very much seems like it gives the impression that you are you because of this person, when in fact I may have just seen this and then it helped as an inspiration. I'm not.
I can see that as well.
Let me not even. I'm not a bar, but I do enjoy Nicki's music. I honestly don't think there are many people who could keep up with Nicki. I think I just said this on Twitter the other day. I think Kim is very much a legend. I don't personally listen to Kim's music, but I can't discredit anything she's done, the impact that she has. But I think the reason that there's this big thing between Kim and Nicki in the first place is because of the fans. Kim and Nicki's fans make this what this is. Like, because quite honestly, if we keep it 100, if we base things strictly off of off of like, hits and charts and numbers. Nicki would high key wash Kim in a battle, just number wise, and that's facts.
Okay, I mean I agree.
Get the fact of you got to look at too. Things change. The music industry changed. The film industry changed. So
Exactly.
Kim has her lane and Nicki
Exactly.
has her lane. But Nicki was just an inspiration for. I mean, I'm sorry, backwards. Kim was just an inspiration for
I got
Nicki at the start of her career. But that's not to say that she is Kim. You know,
Exactly.
she just kind of inspired her in her direction, what she was doing in her career. That's why I'm not understanding why is it such a big beef. Kim had her moment. Nicki had her moment.
Okay.
I agree.
You
But I
said
can
now
see either way.
it's Cardi's time.
Yes, now it's Cardi's time. Yes.
No, that's not the
I don't know about all that. I mean, Cardi is cool.
I don't know about that.
She has some great writers. I think she's cool.
Cardi, beautiful gowns.
Oh wow.
Beautiful gowns.
That was some shade if ever.
Bakari, you real low, brother. Your mic is real low. I'm not sure why that is.
I don't know what else I can do. Like, I went downstairs to get these headphones. They don't even fit the phone.
I don't know what's going on. So we're going to move on to the next topic. I need y'all to finish this sentence. We're going to start with Martell, then we'll go to DeCario, then it'll be Mahogany, then it'll be Bakari. Finish this sentence. If I make the money in the relationship, I expect you to.
If I make the money in the relationship, then I expect you to match me somewhere. That's all it is. You have to. Your work has to still be equal to mine. Make that however you need that to be.
Okay, DeCario.
I feel like if you make the money, if I make the money, I feel like you should assist. If you don't make the same amount of money I make, just assist. Direct. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Both of y'all giving me some PG-13 answers though. That's not y'all. I need some bold and bluntness right now because all I'm hearing is, well, if I make the money, I need you to like help me out.
Like again, because people have different things. If I make the money again, so we know what my worth is in this relationship. I guess in that sense, what's your worth? I don't care what you bring. Make your worth match mine.
Okay.
I know what
okay, Mahogany.
See, that's the thing. I don't.
It's a question with the question, but I was just, if you want their worth to match yours, but you make all the money, how could that happen?
So again,
exactly.
It's more than financial. So, but in this aspect, if I'm bringing finances, what are you bringing to the table? So, I mean, if you're bringing the upkeep of my home and of my children and of my family and
that's
everything else,
that's what. Yeah. That's why I said assist.
Now that's why I was gonna go with
everything.
it. I shouldn't have to if I make the bread and I'm working a 6, 8, 12-hour shift, whatever the case may be, and I'm coming home and I still have to cook, I still have to shop, I still have to clean. That's a big problem. But
I can't do it all.
That's a very thin line when it comes to situations like that because people will begin to look at you as property and a slave versus being their significant other. So you have to kind of be careful with that. So I think it differs for each relationship because some people you just got to find what works for you. It's the thing of communication to have an understanding of this is what I'm going to do because I bring in all the money and this is what I would like, not expect, but what I would like from you. So you just got to really set those boundaries and have a clear line of communication before even going into that because that can get crazy really quick.
All right, all that was great, Mrs. PG-13. Answer yourself. Let me ask you though, if I make the money in the relationship, Mahogany, I expect you to finish that sentence.
I just did.
Well, we're not giving him the answer that he won't.
No, I'm really. I think y'all being cute and nice. Bakari, finish that sentence. Go ahead, Bakari.
No, I was saying that's what you want to hear.
What do I want to hear?
If I make all the money, then I expect you to bust it up when I want it.
Do not expect you to do what?
He said if he make all the money, he expects you to bust it open when he want it.
Oh.
I heard. That's what I thought I heard. Wait a minute.
I heard that loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
Yanni was low, but I
You
heard
did.
that.
Yeah, my tail heard that. I didn't hear that.
I mean, that's mutual though. I mean, that's goes without saying, of course. You know.
What I don't know. I don't know. Wesley is looking for if I make all the money.
How about you?
Well, no. Matter of fact, Wesley, you answer.
What about you, Wesley?
If I make all the money,
How about you, Wesley?
Yeah, let me
What's
hear where
your
you want to
response?
go with this.
Let me see what this sentence say again. Let me read this right verbatim. Hold on. If I make the money in the relationship, I expect you to make the same amount or more. Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
where I'm
I
at.
don't really care about money.
Yeah, I don't know if that's realistic for me because again, oh, come on, Adrian.
How y'all doing?
Hold on,
somebody coming in. Oh, please ask Adrian the question, please.
What's the question?
Okay, so let's just make sure we good on the 212s. Adrian, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool. Mahogany, everybody can hear Adrian?
I can.
Yeah, I can hear.
All right, cool. Let's see what Tristan has to say real quick, and then we'll go to Adrian. That is the logical way to think about the type of relationships. But usually the one who makes the money requires the other partner to take care of everything else, help excluded.
Excluded.
Okay. So Adrian, how you doing, by the way?
I'm well. How is everybody?
We cool. We trying to get through these technical difficulties throughout the night. But I do have a question for you. I need you to finish this sentence. If I make the money in the relationship, I expect you to.
Oh, okay. If I make the money, so they not making the money at all?
Just finish the sentence.
Lord have mercy.
I expect you to come meet me halfway.
I expect you to meet me halfway. Okay.
Whatever I can do, you can do too.
Oh.
Whatever I can do, you can do too. My ex-husband, me and him made the same money when I was married. He cooked and cleaned just like I did, and we did everything for the most part 50-50. Whatever I can do, you can do too. What's good for the goose is good for the.
Come on.
Okay, so let me dig a little deep. Let me dig a little deeper. Let me say. Okay, Bakari, I can live like Toya from M2M. What is that?
Toya from MT. What's that?
Married to Medicine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I hope that's what it is.
I don't watch Married to Medicine, so I'm a little lost.
I don't watch it either. Yeah, I don't watch it either.
Me neither. I don't watch it. You gotta be a little more.
So I'm gonna dig a little deeper. So what if y'all are in a relationship, right? And you are the breadwinner, the cake maker, whatever you consider to be the financial, all of that in the relationship, and you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't want to work. All they want to do is sit at home and let you make all the money, and they reap all the financial benefits.
Oh no, we can't do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a no-go. You better have a work-from-home job. That's the only reason you sitting at home that much. Like, that's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Well, why not? Why can't I? Why can I sit
I don't
at
take
home
care of grown people. I don't take care of grown people. If my kids can pay rent, they can pay rent too. I don't. Nope.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't agreeing with that. Nah, no, that's a no-go for me.
Now
you're gonna have to do something.
Dang, cuss word. If I could, I try to look at it from a standpoint. If I was married, I'm single or whatever. If I was married and had a husband and I was a stay-at-home mom, I try to kind of look at it from that standpoint. If that's the case, then I'm taking care of everything, cooking, cleaning, whatever needs to be done when it comes to the house or whatever. He handles the outside stuff and the bills. Then that's different. But again, each relationship, each person is different. You got to kind of have that understanding and already discuss what we're going to do before it gets to that point. Because that's a really thin line. And 98% of the time, couples are breaking up because of financial reasons. So if
Okay.
I'm bringing it
true.
home, like if I'm self-employed and I'm bringing all the money home and the husband is at the house, then you need to be some type of assistant or invested in it some type of way. You handling the paperwork, the payroll, something.
Do
You got to
something.
be invested some
I
type
agree.
of way. You're not just gonna sit on your butt and put your feet up on the coffee table and expect me to do everything. That's just not gonna happen.
So
I agree with that.
is it safe to say that, if I'm with my woman, I expect my woman to cook, clean if I'm making the money? Are we still in that era?
That's
Nah,
I
we
don't have
both
an
could
issue with
clean.
that. But I'm not gonna be a
It's
slave. That's why I said that's a thin line. That's a thin line.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's based on whatever we agree. What's different? It's a different role for everyone else. If
Cuss word, that's just
I
no. You
I
better
think we
figure
can
out something.
I think we can take
Sell
turns.
something while I'm at work and I don't know that's what you're doing. Do something. Do something strange for some change. You better bring some coins home. I just
I don't know
Okay.
about the strength for change though.
Okay.
Look,
Hold on one second. Adrian, you there,
You
Adrian?
don't have to do something.
Hello, Adrian. Did we lose? We lost
You
Adrian.
there, Adrian? I see her, but
Hey.
oh, there she go.
she's there.
Okay. I was like, what's going on? All right. So Mahogany, you said that you want to stay at home and cook while the man make the money. That's what you said.
problem with that. But again, let's have an understanding. I'm not your slave. I'm still your significant other.
Okay. Adrian, Adrian, can you be a
But the type of I don't mean to cut Adrian, I'm sorry. The type of mentality I have, again, like I said, I would have like some type of online store or making products from home. Something. I can't just sit there and not do anything, even if I know that that's what I can do and swipe a card from his account whenever I choose. That's cool. But if it's just investing in stocks and bonds, something, I can't just sit on my butt. That's just not me. I don't have that type of mentality.
Okay.
I couldn't even be in a relationship with someone that's not trying to do anything beneficial for themselves financially. I wouldn't even be in a relationship with anyone like that to even put myself in that situation. I just couldn't do it.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears again real quick. I'm gonna let y'all look at this on the screen. If y'all need to, get a little drink real quick, we're gonna switch gears real quick. Give me 1 second. We're gonna share this screen. Pay attention to what they're talking about. Let's see.
Can you still hear me?
About this bill. Ultimately, 14 Democrats broke ranks. They voted against this plan. One Republican, Pete King of New York, voted for it. So it passed. They needed 204 votes for it to pass. It passed by 208 to 199 margin. Now, $3 trillion, Chris. This would amount to the largest rescue package in American history if it were enacted. And this comes on the heels of already passage of several bills that totaled nearly $3 trillion already, which amounted to one of the most aggressive efforts by Washington ever to prop the economy during the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Republicans lined up against this plan. They called it a wish list. They contended the price tag was too much. And right now, Republicans, including the White House, are saying there needs to be a pause for any additional relief measure. They are not committing to any other package to move forward, even as some Republicans are calling for an additional package for state and local money, particularly for governments that have been hit hard through this crisis. In this package, there'll be $1 trillion alone for state and local governments. But now that it looks this bill is passed the House, but it has no chance of moving forward, the question ultimately will be, what will Congress agree to now? What is the next relief package? That will only intensify pressure, particularly on Republicans who so far don't want to move forward to make a decision about whether they should start to negotiate with Democrats. But the Democrats who voted against this, Chris, argued that this was simply a messaging bill, should have sat down and cut a deal first before moving forward on this. But Nancy Pelosi was able to convince enough of her colleagues that this was the right way to go to create the first step in presumably getting to that bipartisan outcome. And Chris, one other significant move tonight, the House for the first time will now be able to vote remotely. They passed a rules change that would allow the chamber to operate while members are away from the Capitol, so they could continue their business. It's the first time ever in history that the House will be allowed to do just that. And members are leaving now, and they're going to be gone for some time. I heard one Democratic member say see you in September. So the House will continue its work, and now wait for Washington.
Excuse me.
All right.
Oh, who's that man?
The new movie Scoob is now available.
Is that somebody urinating in the background?
No.
No, that's water.
Lord Jesus.
Father God. They are still on your last topic, Wes.
They are. They going in. It's not the 1950s anymore unless you're in the top 1%, which includes people making mid to high six figures. It's not possible to survive or live comfortably on a single income. Okay.
I was looking at I was reading, and then we can move forward to, I don't want to keep going back, but I was reading where Carrie Casey said, what if you had someone in school getting a degree? Even if they're in school and getting a degree, they still get some type of income coming in from school. So,
but even with that,
that can work too.
If you're working, I'm okay with that. Like if you're doing like
because you're not being lazy, right?
So if you ain't making no money, but you in school, you working, we'll figure it out. We've already discussed this. You ain't just surprise me and say I'm going to school tomorrow. We planned it.
Oh my God.
I know that's real. All right, so what do y'all think about this $3 trillion bill for the COVID-19 relief? Any thoughts?
Yes, like run my money. I can't wait to hear the actual I need to actually research. I want to learn the logistics of how this is going to plan out and whatever. There's almost a portion where I feel like if they could find some way to split this thing up, because right now it's all set up for $3 trillion for blase skip. I almost feel like, well, you know what? Instead of using this whole $3 trillion, only use a portion for the people who say yes. So all the Republicans who say no, don't feed their districts no money. Y'all go ahead and keep that with the government, and the ones who say yes, let us have it.
Okay.
I don't think that would never happen. But I mean, let that be it. But realistically, run this money like now, because honestly, I don't even need it. I'm working by the grace of God, so I'm good. But at the same time, I still want it because I want my money.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're entitled to it anyway. But I feel like I'm waiting on the backlash from it, because, and I say that because the government is not going to continue to just give away all of this money. They're going to get it back some type of way. I think that even after this corona stuff passes by, they said it may be a year, 2 years, that once that even happens, somehow the government is going to make us pay for that. And it may be 5 years down the road, and then all of a sudden you see something, like how Comcast has all these outrageous anonymous charges come out of nowhere. You get your check and you got an anonymous $100 that came out from COVID-19 back in 2000. So they're going to have a way to get it back somehow. But for the time being, hey, give it to the people. They need it.
Okay.
I think Tristan made a strong point about the people in Flint with the water issue. How we had they gave us money for the crisis, but they didn't give them money for the water
to fix the water system.
That's going on. Mm-hmm.
That is a good point.
That's a very strong point. In fact, it's been that way for years now. No one still haven't fixed the water.
Yeah, and they're not going to.
Right. I think to play devil's advocate for that's more like local government. So with this being like a pandemic, it's like, damn, we need to have the whole world, not just one little small section of the city.
Okay.
I agree, but it's still the United States.
But that just goes to show you all the money that the government takes.
Absolutely, but black and brown people don't care. I mean, they're not treated fairly, and we know that from the Constitution.
Right.
And where they getting this money from? Because we're already like $trillions in debt to China.
But I feel like realistically, I feel like there's always money available. I feel like
more. What do you mean?
Trillions don't mean nothing to them. They're gonna spend this money just the same. They are gonna recoup. It's gonna come back.
If we inflate the economy, then the dollar loses its value, and so we're just printing money. I mean, it's just paper at that point.
Value anyway.
Okay, all valid points. I'm going through the comments here. Come on, Randy Warhog.
Back to the house over there.
I don't think they want to release it a second time, and it's just like even with the unemployment situation, when they decided that okay, unemployment, we're gonna allow you $200 a week plus a guaranteed another 600. That they didn't realize the money that was gonna be flying out of the government's hand, and now it's like, oh my God, wait a minute, we're giving people money that they've never seen, and they've worked for companies 10, 12 years. Wait, we weren't thinking. Oh my God, how can we get this back? So it's going to be backlash either way. It's too much money
Yeah.
that the government is getting away, and then that's lesser for them to put in their pockets.
Did anybody get their stimulus check?
I sure did.
Absolutely.
I bought a puppy.
Not-
You bought a puppy. What kind of puppy you bought? With $1,200.
Pomeranian Jack Russell mix, the cutest little thing in the world. If I could post a picture of him in here, I would. He ain't with me. I'm in DC. He couldn't fly yet, but yeah, I sure did.
What did your plane look like? Was it
Let me tell you,
empty?
the plane was empty. There were, I think at most there was 12 people, but I may have counted somebody twice because they were moving. Like the plane was legit empty. Like my entire row, I was trying to stretch out. The man was like, "Can you sit?"
Doing is spacing people out. I think it's only like 1 to 2 people per row or something like that. They've been spacing people out.
Yeah, so they had it set where basically you're not supposed to sit in the middle row at all. But they didn't have like legit, like people had like, I was in first class as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, come on through first class. So you feel safe to travel now, apparently.
Oh, I was gonna travel anyway. Look, I had stuff to do. Like I'm here, like honestly, I'm only here because I don't have anything to do. I'm working from home, so I brought my laptop with me. I still worked while I've been here. But like I know I'm not about to go out to no parties or nothing. Like folks out here trying to kick it, go to the club. Like I'm not one of those fools. But I mean,
I see people going to the beach. I seen that in Florida, going to Panama City and everything.
Yeah, I see
can't do it.
quite a few people still going to the beach and going to larger functions or whatever the case may be. But my question is, when is it? How long are we supposed to be sheltered in place before you realize that it has been this? We've been going through this for so long now that, regularly speaking, when I go outside, everybody has a mask on. Everybody's, social distancing already. So in my mind, I'm like, if all these people are roaming and doing their thing, I wouldn't think that all these people will be sick, because by now people know once you show any kind of sign or whatever, or things get worse, what to do. They go to the hospital. So in my mind, everybody out there, and unless you're asymptomatic, of course, but everybody out here that's walking around or whatever is, they're chill. And a lot of people that I know have been doing what I've been doing, and social distancing is sheltered in place. So it's like, how long are we supposed to stay in the house?
Until the numbers go down.
Until the numbers go down, exactly.
I need a significant decrease at that. Like even one of my friends was talking, and it was a great point of, as far as the like just the coronavirus test. To do a coronavirus test, that's literally just a staple of a moment in time. So I can take my test and they're like, oh, you're coronavirus negative, you good. I can run into somebody in the next 5 minutes. That interaction's too moisty, too body fluidy, and now all of a sudden I have coronavirus. So it's not like, so they're just this whole, just let's go be free, let's go hang out. I don't have it now, I'm good. No, that's not good enough. People are dying still daily. People are dying they ain't never died before.
Okay.
I say that all the time.
So I'm gonna hit you out with another topic real quick. We're gonna start with Martell. Martell, are you scared of any specific race of people? And if so, why?
So to be clear, I am not scared of anybody but Jesus Christ, Father God Almighty. However, and I want to say this with a clear and open heart, I'm open to meeting individuals on a one-on-one basis. I can meet someone and they may change my life. But as a general consensus, I am not a fan, a featurer, or anything of the sort of the Caucasian nation. I don't fear it. I fear not. But I also know I do not, as a general consensus, I don't mess with you.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you real quick. So don't get too comfortable. We're gonna come back. Mr. Bakari, same question, sir.
My answer: the human race.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
We out here. I don't know if you've seen the report, but the emissions from our vehicles are at the lowest since 2006 because we all been social distancing and staying home. Like, I mean, white people did some effed up stuff to everybody. Like, not just black people in Africa bringing us over here, but all over the world. They really messed it up. But and in our community, we're killing each other. But more importantly, all of us are killing the world. And this is the only one we got, unless we can like live underwater or go to Mars or something. But everybody is so selfish. Oh, I want this car. And so that one car emits X amount of carbon. But everybody wants that one car. So now it emits triple that or quadruple that. And you multiply that all over the world. We're not gonna have a place to live. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Okay. Miss Mahogany.
I only see one race, and that's the human race. I mean, people get offended when I call myself a mutt because I'm mixed with so much stuff. So I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm just cautious because although I'm not afraid of any race or ethnicity, you still have to be cautious. There are some crazy people out here. And that's just not saying crazy when it comes to Caucasian. You have crazy black people. You have crazy Chinese people. You have just crazy people. It's just their DNA is different from mine. But I just see people and I embrace them all. But again, I'm just cautious.
Okay. Decario.
I agree with everyone. I mean, I'm not afraid of anyone. But the human race, spirits are spirits. I believe in spirits, and I don't believe in just, if you're a human being, the spirit can enter you. So I just believe that, anybody can have any spirit for that day, that, can take hold on anything. I don't know. I don't fear anybody. Let's just put it that way. I just take cautious of everyone. I just take cautious of everyone, basically.
I vibe with what everybody's saying. I definitely vibe with Bakari's response regarding the human race and the fact that we're all living on this planet and we're all destroying this planet. I think that's dope. The point that we as black people are fighting each other and killing each other off. Definitely agree to that. And the same thing with what the Caucasians have done in history. You can never ignore that. That. But as far as fearing a specific race, I can say that I do not have a specific race of people that I fear because race in itself is a social construct. So it doesn't even really exist if we want to get technical.
Exactly.
But I don't like certain scenarios and situations. So I would rather not be put in certain scenarios and situations that will have race be a factor, especially in my life. I saw someone, we were house hunting earlier today. And it was really interesting because we were going into some neighborhoods where, well, none of the neighborhoods were quote unquote hood or ghetto, but a lot of them actually were it looked Caucasian. So for me, I'm not used to living in Georgia where, black people live everywhere and have all types of financial wealth and all of that. I'm from up north and from where I'm from, if you black, you live in the hood. But here, you go to a beautiful residential area. Who we got? We got Miss Olivia Rose.
Ciao.
Hey.
It took me forever to get up in here.
Hey, sugar. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Right.
Greetings, Queen.
Hey.
Hey, Mahogany.
So the question, did you hear the question, Olivia?
I did not.
Okay, so the question or the topic that we're talking about right now is: are you afraid of any specific race of people?
White people.
Okay, so she said that fast.
Right
Okay.
off the bat, she said that.
She said that real
No
fast.
hesitation.
Okay, but we're gonna dig into you real quick. But let me finish what I was saying. So we were house hunting today, and we were going into some beautiful neighborhoods, big homes, and things of the sort. And like I said earlier, or a couple seconds ago, I didn't know. I'm not from Black people living in these types of neighborhoods. So when we were going into these neighborhoods, I was like a little like, hold on, where we going? What's going on? I don't want them to look at my car and be like, two Black people looking, being in the neighborhood. Why they in here? What's going on? Automatically, I'm that's my feeling and my emotion. But Vic, on the other hand, he's lived around so many white people. He's been there, done that. So he doesn't really have those kind of triggers in his brain. So he's like, yeah, there go a Black person right there. There go a Black person right there. And so I saw a Black person and I was like amazed. I was like, oh my God, we have money too. We can live in big houses too. And he's jogging. But then I was like, oh shit, he's jogging. Oh shit. Like he's cool with jogging in this type of neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my mind goes, unfortunately, with everything that has happened in this world. That's where my mind goes. But these homes are beautiful, and hopefully y'all keep me in y'all positive prayers, because I'm supposed to be moving, and I gotta figure out if I'm gonna move in 2 months. So that's why we were house hunting and trying to find a place. But there's some beautiful neighborhoods out here in Georgia, Atlanta metro area, and Black people are living in all these houses, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But Martell said that he is not a fan of the Caucasians, and Olivia said that she's afraid of them. So, Olivia, why are you afraid of the Caucasian persuasion?
Why should I not be afraid of them? The system is designed for me to be afraid of them, for me to know my place, and for me to keep it pushing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
Have you gone through anything personally that would make you even more afraid?
I personally watched a Black man get gunned down on video. I personally watched videos of Black people go into their glove compartment box and get their driver's license and get shot. I've personally watched Black men screaming that they cannot breathe and being choked to death. So yeah, I'm personally connected to all of these things, and this is just a few. Sandra Bland was, supposedly hung herself or killed herself in her cell.
I don't believe
just
that.
had a situation how many days ago, not even a week ago, where we had another young woman, Black woman, who was in her own ass house and got murdered. So yeah, I'm personally connected to all of this.
Okay.
And all by no shade, white people.
Okay. Mr. Martell, you said you're not a fan, and if you had it your way, you would not. Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but let's go back to what you said.
Yeah, like I treat everyone like on an individual basis. I know some white people. I hate just that phrasing, but I know there are Caucasian people who I know who I've built really good relationships with. But I also know that's a very small margin than the general whole. So I know tons of Caucasian people who have done horrible things. As Elizabeth, I'm so glad Olivia is here because she be speaking what's in my heart. Like these same things. Like I see these videos, and again, I know everyone does evil things. Black people do bad things. Mexicans do bad things. Asians do bad things. So many people do bad things. But as a whole general consensus, white people worldwide, people of that Caucasian skin texture, tone, all of that, like as a whole, they really like be in a place of not me. It's not. But again, if I meet someone on an individual basis and I'm like, you know what, you cool people, I'm never gonna be like, oh, this is my white friend. I'm never gonna make that person just that individual token white person. Like you just happen to be just a lucky person out the bunch that really just stood out and upheld just great humanism over Caucasianism. But again, that's just my personal opinion.
And no, because I'm noticing that a lot of my white friends are not, or what I consider them to be my white friends, I expect them to do more than they've been doing. And so I'm challenging white people all over the planet to be a for real ally. To no longer,
awareness.
Yeah, it's not even just awareness. Now you got to act. You got to get your people together. Like we're
I respect all of that, but what about all of this black on black crime that we do to ourselves?
The issue we are talking is going to stay in the lane of who are we afraid of? I am afraid of white people. I don't walk into a black neighborhood and I'm like, I walk into a white neighborhood and I'm nervous that okay, so how are things going to go down? And
that is true.
You know, look at me a certain way. Think about it. When you walk into a room of only white people, you are the most uncomfortable because you have to figure out how do you appropriately switch. Me, like I'm absolutely, when I walk into my rooms, if there's one black person, I'm guaranteeing you that 90% of us, or a good majority, if you will, right? A good majority of us like, hey, like we feel there's comfort there because now we know, okay, we got one of us. But I'm sorry, true. I can't. Yes, we do things to each other. That is not wrong.
Especially,
and I just can't with the white folks.
So Teo is saying, let's not bring up false equivalencies. Don't buffer white people did this with, but black people do this to each other. Nah, son.
You, Tao.
I don't know. I know. Hold on. I mean,
we know how you feel about that, friend.
But everybody don't. So I'm about to remind them.
A double standard.
So I agree, Miss Mahogany. It is a double standard. Yes.
Not a double standard.
Hold on. Let me finish.
The question was, do you fear race and what race? It doesn't say, do you fear white people?
No.
Your choice was white people.
My choice was white people. Was your choice black people and I missed that?
I know my comment was, we do those things to ourselves. I said I don't fear any race at all.
Right, but I think what happens is that when we have a conversation and we talk about our fear or how we feel about white people, more often than not, as a community, we often get into, or we conflate the issue by beginning to go down the rabbit hole of, but black people do it too. Yes, that's true, but that's kind of not what we're addressing. In my opinion.
Okay.
But we know how you feel, friend.
Yeah, I feel like people shouldn't hurt people, period. And so I feel like because black people have so many issues with oppression and racism and all of that, we as a collective, as a group, should always support each other in bands and not hurt each other, because we already know the pain that we're dealing with in the rest of the world. So for me, whenever I see black people fighting each other, I'm always like, it's disgusting, it's disgraceful, because we sit here and have to fight the world while we fighting each other. So I'm always going to feel that way.
Exactly. For us to do so. I mean, let's just take things away from America, just so that I can give it so we can get some understanding of this context, right? So let's go to Rwanda, where you had the Hutus and the Tutsis fighting each other. Why? Because it was set up like a caste system in this country by the colonizers, who were whites, who said, this group, you are better than this group. And so we're going to give this group more privileges than the other group. And so what ended up happening is a whole genocide of the other group. And that was because of what? The system. Who was in control of the system at the time?
But then it gets to a point.
Black people fighting each other. Understand, they're not fighting each other in reality. They are fighting the system of which they were put into. Poverty, false imprisonment, overcrowded prisons. I can just keep on going. Like, we are still not, like, in our lifetimes, it's going to take 12 generations for us to be able to amass the kind of wealth, generational wealth, that our white counterparts already have. Like, the system is broken. And it was designed to uplift and empower white people.
And I get that, but if you don't
That's
instill
true.
the mentality of as a people we need to stand together versus against one another, you'll never
That's
get there.
unrealistic when everything that you do, because the system is designed for you to fail. Everything that you do, how you buy your housing, how you have the opportunity to find work, how you're educated, like this is
But
not a small issue.
every system has a crack and a loophole. Every system does.
And the crack in the loophole like the crack in the loophole allows for a few to get through, not the majority.
All it takes is a few if you stand together.
Yes, they don't want us to stand together though.
The few have been doing it, but now
One little ripple can become a tidal wave.
I mean, okay.
Bakari, how do you feel? I see you trying to chime in.
I mean, okay. So Olivia has a point.
Oh my gosh, Bakari, can I hear you?
Honestly.
He said you have a point, Olivia.
Oh, thank you.
I'm being a translator right now.
How the world is set up, right? I mean, the world was designed by them because they went to other countries and started taking over shit.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
And so we got the short end of the deal. Got it. But at the same time, I mean, Olivia, you wasn't here when I answered my question. I said I don't fear any particular race except for the human race and all of us together. I walk in the ghetto and I'm 6'2", 245 pounds. And I'm a big dude. And I still look like to my left and right because I don't know what I got on that somebody else wants. When I go into the white neighborhood, I still look around to my left and my right because I don't look like them. So automatically that fear causes stress, and stress makes you do all types of unnecessary stuff. Like a boy who just got killed in Brunswick. And all he was doing was jogging. So I get.
Let him finish.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard a pause.
I did pause, but I wasn't done. But I get where you're coming from. I really, really do. But I also agree with Mahogany. It takes a few of us to get through. But what we have to do then is reach back. And that's what we don't do. We get out the hood and it's like, oh shit, I made it. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit over here and chill and take care of me in line, and that's it. And that's not the way it should be.
I had a good conversation with Harold. A couple of you know Harold, some of you don't. But Harold was talking about why is it that none of the black billionaires, the black wealthy people, why is it that none of them come back into communities, come back to us that aren't as what? Hold on. Harold said it. And so you said what now?
Harold needs to get a spanking for saying that.
Why you say that?
Because there's plenty of black billionaires that have done a lot for black communities. Mm-hmm. So who said that?
Okay, but is it happening? What is that vibrate? Who vibrating? Somebody put their phone on silent. But is it happening enough to where it's noticed? Because here we are. The only reason why I say that is because
the whole entire class of 2019 Morehouse graduates all got all their debt wiped away. I was trying to figure out how I could be like,
how does that apply to me?
Myself, so that I could get all of my student loan debt to be forgiven. That was a black billionaire that did that.
And I remember hearing that about that in a newspaper clipping.
Right.
But I'm saying
I was one of
Oprah Winfrey, who's not even on the top of the black billionaires list, went and built
Bill Cosby as well,
and paid for everything for over, what was it, 200 some odd women or young girls, and paid for like the regular school, college. Some of them went to law school and went and got medical degrees. Like, how much do you expect these people to do?
All that sounds wonderful. All that sounds so great. But yet and still, we as black people are still trying to blame the system. How much can we not affect each other if we're still saying blame the system, blame the system? Randy Warhol says, yeah, if we're aware of the system, can we still blame the system?
Yes, you can still blame the system just because you're aware of, like, just because you're aware of a dynamic doesn't necessarily mean that you have the tools
to overcome it.
to be able to overcome it. Because I'm aware of it, sure, but the design in itself was meant to keep me in this space. So a few of us can actually go through, but the majority of us are probably not going to be like affected with a whole bunch of change. A lot of it also has to deal with poverty. When you don't have resources, you don't have access. So we're sitting here all talking, and all of us have had access to certain resources to be able to be as educated. We have computers, we have iPads, we have all of these tools available for us to be more in tune with what's going on. And for the most part, we're not the people who are on the screen. We're in alignment with one idea of how we expect or how we want to live our lives, right? However, we're also not monolithic, meaning that just in these 6 people, we all disagree about something, which means we're not going to fully unite on everything. And that's a big thing for people who need to have leadership. That's what their issue is that we're never going to be on the same page in totality. And so how do you move a whole group of people who don't agree on everything against a system that was designed for one group of people to win?
Randy says, oh, so we're victims always.
We're not victims. The fact of the matter is that we are aware of what's going on, and you can try to move and change things within your footprint, but the expectation shouldn't be, unless you're going to get what we really need to do. If you really want to ask me what my idea is we need to get the fuck out.
So why can't all
get out, like out of the country, out of the system? What do you mean?
Burning, and we need to go away. But ain't nobody gonna feel me on that.
Why can't all the black billionaires build a Wakanda?
They could if they all wanted to do that. Why should
but then,
now because I'm a black billionaire, should I now?
Why should that responsibility be left on me?
Like, come on. Is that fair?
Go ahead, Bakari, what you said?
I mean, I was saying, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if we're separating ourselves, then we're going back to the reason the whole Brown versus Board was even an issue.
I mean, even Dr. King said that integration, he thinks that integration was incorrect and wrong. So there's that.
Listen, if we're going to speak about integration, I wholeheartedly think it was a trap. It was a setup.
Oh, well, you're not going to get a person against you in this corner. Like, I'm in agreement with you.
I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, we're here, right? And we can't go back to Africa. We're not even African.
Right.
No, we're not.
Well, we go to Akon's country.
What?
It said Akon has his own country.
No, Rich said Akon had his own country.
But that just goes back to me saying that we are so much more powerful in numbers. If we can learn to stand together versus against one another, then we can make a difference. But that's just something that, and I don't want to hear about we've been programmed not to work that way. It's not programmed because we're each raised in different homes, different backgrounds. It's just a lane of communication.
Did you watch TV when you grew up?
We all watch TV, but just like you're different from me. You might like purple and I like orange. We're different.
But you've been conditioned.
Yeah, we all have.
You have. Did you go to public school or did you get homeschooled at home?
I did public and private.
Right. So then you were conditioned because you were around other people, and so all of that, like the fact that you.
So we don't have the right to have our own identity as a person?
The fact that you dress the way that you dress now.
It's how I choose to dress for myself.
Right, but you were conditioned. You didn't just wake up one day and said, I wanted to dress feminine of center. I wanted to dress like females are told to dress.
But I dress for me. I don't dress feminine all the time. I dress for me. I don't dress because TV does not wake me up and dress me every day.
But you didn't come up with this.
I don't follow the fashions. I follow myself.
But you didn't come up with how you were dressing by yourself. You didn't create this. You didn't wake up from birth and decide, I want to look this way.
That's probably why I walk around naked most of the time in my birthday suit.
Basically, I think both of y'all are Basically, what Olivia is trying to say
wow.
is everything that we do in life is because of the programming that we've received. Okay, and
Exactly.
it could be something as simple as taking a shower. Like everybody knows that if you take a shower, you're taking a shower because you've been programmed to take a shower. Like that's what you're supposed to do. You can't walk around.
But if that were 100% true, you would not have men liking men and women liking women, because you're programmed that a man is supposed to be with a woman and a woman is supposed to be with a man.
True.
We still have our own choice in who
her.
we are and what we decide in life.
We're still conditioned.
But they said
what I'm saying.
They said that is programmed as well, though.
Whether you like it or not, the fact that you speak this language, English, and we can understand each other, means you've been conditioned, you've been trained to behave a particular way. The fact that you are able to use the words that you're using and not be like, fuck you, motherfucker, and da-da-da-da-da-da, means that you were conditioned that in appropriate conversation, when you say these kind of words, you're going to be
It's because I chose not to live like that. I've been exposed to a lot. Yes, I agree with you there. I've been exposed
One at a
to
time.
those things.
One at a time.
I've been exposed to those things. Yes, I agree with you there. I've been exposed to a lot. I spoke 6 different languages at one time, but that's my choice of which direction I choose to go. We experience things every day in life. There's people who have experienced smoking weed, but they may not smoke it anymore.
But the experience has created the environment for you to be conditioned, is the point.
But it's your choice if you choose to progress in that environment or not.
But that doesn't.
All right, I love y'all. We're gonna switch the topic. We're gonna switch the topic. So we're gonna
Olivia. I love her too.
You know how I segue. So we're gonna switch it all the way up, baby. When you fart, do you say anything or do you act like nothing happened?
I don't say a word because it don't smell. I fart
for some reason, I don't believe.
No, it
for
does
some
not.
reason, I don't believe that.
So, hey, this was such a random topic. When I saw this, I was really like, I'm like, oh my gosh. But I know if I'm around people, I'll address it, because I would never want somebody to be like, oh, like I don't want you to accuse me before I can get to it. So if I'm around somebody, I'll throw up like, oh, my bad, excuse me. But if I'm by myself, then I'll say nothing. I go by my business.
Okay, and the reason why I threw this topic in here is because I knew I would need a separate topic after the race topic. I knew I was going to need something to throw a loop in, so that's why I threw the fart in there. You know, I'll be. But Bakari, when you fart, do you tell people that you farted, that it was you, or you just act like nothing happened?
I announce it when I feel it, because you feel that little like thing, like it starts like at the top and it moves its way on down. It's like, oh. Hey, I got the point. So if I can hurry up and get up and exit the room, then if it's like a room full of strangers, but if I'm with my friends, I'm like, hey man, I'm about to fire. Oh no, yeah, smell it. Taste that. What that tastes like? Yeah, man, I'm.
Did you say what that tastes like?
What it tastes like? When it comes out, you just saying like extra. Like after it comes out, you be like, hey, I smell that.
That's so disrespectful.
Like Chinese that I had earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
No, bro. Come on, bro.
Disrespectful.
Hey, I don't need to be nowhere near you.
No, indeed. Dacario, do you let the world know when you pass gas?
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm around family, I'd be like, huh? Yeah. Who called me? And everybody just laugh. It's just a normal thing in me and the family. So, but if I'm around people, I don't do that. If I don't know you, I'm gonna go outside.
Is it me, or do women farts smell worse?
So there's a difference.
Nope. Mine does not smell, because I detox my system often, very often. So I just like literally, it has no smell.
So it's just air escaping your body.
I promise you, if I were to call my kids in here right now, they would tell you the same thing. It has no smell.
Okay.
Who want to find out? I don't want to. Anybody want to test her and see?
No, that's all right.
She seems trustworthy.
That's okay. I'm good on all that. We're gonna move on to the topic now that everybody's a little lighter on their feet. And the only reason why I said that, Olivia, was just so you can say something. I knew you was gonna say something. But you know, all farts to me have potential to stink, no matter who butt it came out of. But in order to do something for someone, do you need something in return, Martell?
So when I do things for people, I do it out of the goodness of my heart. But I also know I do it with the not like so like if I'm out somewhere and like I see somebody homeless, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give because you know God just told me to give. But like for someone who I know personally, if someone was like, if my friend was like, hey, can I borrow XYZ? If I decide to do it, it's because it's out of the goodness of my heart. But I also know as well, again, that person would be willing to do the same for me.
So that's like the basis as to why you give them something because you know that they would do the same for you.
No. I'm just saying I do know they would. However, I just do it out of the goodness of my heart. So again, so if I know like I may you for example, if you say Martel, I need $100. If I have it and the Lord says, okay, you can give it to this man, I can give you $100. I'm not expecting it back. I'm not expecting it, you know. I'm with those things, but I also know too, if you felt that comfortable to ask me for that type of money or to ask me for anything, I know I have that same comfort level to ask you for that same thing, and with the expectation that you should be able to do so for me.
Miss Olivia, same question. In order for you to do something for someone, do you have to expect something in return?
Psychologists tell us that no one does anything for nothing. So for even with Martel's answer, right? Let's just do that. You are still, when you say I'm doing something for the kindness, you know, just for the kindness of my heart, you're doing something because you want to get that rush or that feeling that you did something good for the day. So again, at no point are you not doing something and not getting something in return. So you're always doing something for something. But that's what psychologists say.
Okay.
I'm saying.
I'm getting paid for it.
Go ahead, Bakari. We didn't hear you. What you said?
Oh, I said I agree with Olivia.
Okay. So, and so in order for you to do something for someone, you have to receive something in return.
I mean, it depends on what that something is. Like if I go to work and I do my job, right? I'm doing my job for somebody else because I don't own the company, and in return, I get a check.
Okay.
And if I'm helping out a friend, if like for example, Olivia's car breaks down, she calls me, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" Yeah, I'll come pick you up. I'm doing something for her, but what I get out of it is knowing that she's okay because she's my friend. So I agree with her.
But in
I agree with you when you did second example.
In that particular instance, though, you're not requiring something back. Are you saying what?
Right.
You're appreciative of the fact that you're able to take care of her, but you're not requesting something back in that situation.
I mean, okay, every reward, I guess, is not tangible, right? So if I'm helping her, my reward is knowing that my friend is okay. Because God forbid, I was like, no, I'm being selfish right now. No, I can't come help you. I'm doing da. But meanwhile, I'm watching TV, and she's walking down the side of the road, and somebody hits her, and now she's dead. When I could have easily got up and came and got her. So I mean, I think that again, to piggyback off of Olivia, I agree with her. Like we don't just do stuff with just to do it. Like there's always something there, even if it's for you. That's why you did it for yourself. But it always is not tangible or monetized. Sometimes it's a state of euphoria or relief or just just being helpful. But that's still, even though it's not tangible or be able to be seen, it's still a feeling that you get.
Okay. Decario, same answer, same question.
I do from my heart. But at this point, I don't really put myself in that situation anymore. You know, I have bad experiences with other people, so it's kind of like I just don't I don't know. I do from my heart. Let's just put it that way. I do from my heart.
Okay.
Whose phone is that? Who getting that?
I'll put it on like.
You put it on silent.
Okay, that should stop. I'm sorry.
All right, Miss Mahogany, same question.
I do stuff for people all the time, and I never get anything back in return, and I'm okay with that because I did my good deed. When it comes to that, I don't expect anything for anybody. If I do it from my heart, I did it from my heart. If you're expecting something back from it, it did not come from your heart.
Come from your heart. Yep. I agree with you.
But come on, y'all. I mean, for real.
So
You do things because you're expecting to get something in return.
I don't.
Perfect example.
Why do we?
I did Lyft
I don't.
for a month, and I was just like, all right, you can't do this to my car. But within doing that, I made several friends through doing that. There were several single mothers that I gave rides on the regular for free. I didn't get anything back from that. I didn't get gas money. I didn't get my time back. I didn't get anything back. But I understood as a single parent of helping them.
But you got endorphins that were released for you to feel good about what you've done. Yeah.
So
hold on, somebody driving?
But the question, what Wesley is saying, do you expect anything back? Like, do you expect them to wash your car? Do you expect them to put gas in your car? Do you expect them to? That's where the question is going.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
I thought it was.
I get what you're saying, but
get something back. That's why I was
right.
Directly,
So,
like, I expect to get something back. Absolutely, I expect to get endorphins. I expect to perhaps a favor. I mean, I'm being honest and realistic about this and extremely authentic. There are certain situations and certain friendships where I don't expect anything back except for endorphins. There are certain situations like going to work. I expect to get a paycheck.
I got an example.
Like, I'm right.
There's certain kind of scenarios that will happen, like we're acquaintances, we're business partners, and I expect you to hold up your, like, I'm gonna give 50% in cash, you need to give 50% in effort, or whatever, however we're gonna do this. But there's always an expectation, regardless of how we're engaging. There is some level of expectation, whether it's singularly, like just for me, or whether we're going to share within this. But I
I want to, because I know Martell got something and DeCario got something, but I just want to be a little frank. Yeah, I would hope that you would do something for someone because you want them to be successful or help them out or whatever the case may be. All that is great. The internal gratification that you receive for doing something good for somebody, all that's great. But the question is, would you require something from them to come back in return? And so that's the question. But I'm hearing everybody say,
it depends on the relationship.
That too.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a relationship with those ladies that were in my car. I don't know them.
But Martell, go ahead real quick, and then DeCario.
So it was more so because there's a large portion of where Olivia, like I do agree, because it comes from almost a scientific aspect where, yes, like I know where I do things, and I know I do things for some people who I know they'll never be able to do what I've done for them. But I also know too, my reward, like I'm very like, because I'm super like, we know I love the Lord, so I know I'm doing for this person, and God gonna give it back to me. I'm gonna get whatever everything I put out, I'm going to get back one way or another. So whether if my best friend asks me for 100 and he gonna pay me back the 100, or if my mom say, hey, let me get some money, I'm gonna send her the money. I'm never gonna say send me the money back. Oh, but God's gonna give it. Like, so I know the expectation may not be from the person who was a requester, but I'm going to get it back. So I guess maybe that is the portion where I give knowing
God gave you a mind and a mouth too, honey, to open up your mouth and set a boundary and say, yes, this is what you owe me. Like, God help me by giving me the wherewithal.
Pay me what you owe.
Okay, DeCario, you said you had a scenario.
I mean, I had a scenario. I let a friend borrow one of my cars and whatnot, and I got it back. It's tore up, and I didn't expect nothing in return. I mean, but the situation stands is Now the car is tore up, and I need them to fix it. But I did it from my heart. I didn't expect anything in return from them driving the vehicle. So I did it from my heart. I didn't expect anything, you know. So I do from my heart. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay.
You know,
I can vibe with that. You good on that. You real good. You real good on that because wouldn't have been me. But
What
yeah,
did he say, Wesley? Because I
he
didn't
was
hear
saying
anything.
he was saying that he let his friend borrow his car, and then his friend tore the car up. The car was totaled or whatever, and that he still didn't expect anything from his friend. So I'm saying, that's good. That's real nice.
He had some damn good insurance. That's why.
That's real nice.
Come on,
you two, Mahogany and Olivia. Salute.
What is,
Salute.
we're gonna switch topics. What is one thing you want more in life and why, Bakari?
One thing I want more in life.
I can never hear him.
What's one thing you want more in life?
Authenticity.
Bakari says that he wants authenticity. That's what he wants.
From yourself?
Who you?
From everybody.
Okay. Okay, Miss Olivia.
To introduce yourself as a representative for something to obtain something. But I mean, we lie so much to the world. We get in front of the mirror, we lie to ourselves. We don't even know what the truth is. So I truly believe if we were more authentic with our purposes, with our statements,
I agree with you.
With our own walks,
I agree.
wherever we're trying to go and wherever we're trying to be, the connections will be more genuine. The people will be
I agree with you.
The money will be more plentiful. I mean, we will be more intelligent as a race or a group of individuals in a country. I mean, I just feel like if we just led off with what we really wanted, then
I agree.
It would be less BS.
Okay, Olivia.
I agree with him. I
to your chin.
agree with Bashar.
I feel like it's a trick question for me because let me tell you why. Anything that I could think of that I would say I wish I had more of, obviously the reason why I don't have more of it is because I'm not in the appropriate space and or time and headspace, peace, whatever it may be, for me to be able to receive it. So if I have more money,
I agree.
I don't know that I have the wherewithal to tell people to kick rocks when they ask me for a loan. Like if I can think of anything, and it would be like, I don't know if I have the wherewithal to be able to dodge a bullet. I don't want to be more famous. I don't want to have more money, because all of those come with problems. Because even Jay-Z said more money, more problems, right?
Okay. Martell felt the Holy Ghost a little bit. What was going on, Martell?
Because I had an answer, but no shade. Like, I hate listening to Olivia speak because she be saying stuff and it'd be like that. Like, it hit me like that makes so much but like logically it makes so much sense. Like, there's things I want in life, but it's like, well, but if you had this, would you know how to handle these things right now? That's good. That's a word of my fear. I will say though, I do want some things. No shade. It's all my stuff is real selfish, honestly. But the things I really want more in life, I do want more money. No shade, because I got stuff I need to do. I do want more money. But secondly, though, I just want more like me personally. I just want more love. Like I'm a person who's super cuddly and super whatever. I just want to just be able to lay up all day and cuddle and do like comfortable lovey shit for the rest of my lovey stuff for the rest of my life. Like that would make me just so happy. Like
Okay.
But more money. More money.
Yeah, I'll add on to that. If I had more money, I would definitely know what to do with it. So what I want in life is some more money. That's what I want in life. Because right now it's like, I would definitely know what to do with some more money. Miss Mahogany, what do you want more of in life?
The same thing. Just more love, period. Not just for myself, but for the world overall. Just more love.
Okay, Dacario.
I mean, that's it. That's what I was gonna say. More love, more God. That's it. More happiness.
Okay, more God. Okay, more happiness, more love. Y'all some nice people. Y'all some nice folks. Have in the year
I wouldn't.
2020, have any one of y'all physically fought anybody in the year 2020? Y'all sound so nice and PG.
Not with the coronavirus.
Like,
I was.
No,
Hey,
but some of my clients I have wanted to. I've literally had visions of doing things to them.
Yeah, I
but
definitely agree with
no,
her.
Okay.
no.
Definitely agree with
I
her.
was.
No, because
I
y'all
think we had
sound so nice. Y'all seem like really nice, wholesome
no, I'm
folks.
just not interested in lawsuits.
I think
I got stuff to
we're a
lose.
different level. We
I got real stuff to
been
lose.
through enough to get to this point in life. I think.
Okay, I can respect that. Tristan says he wants
Nike
more
Dojo.
respect, and Young Rich says pray for more happiness. Y'all some nice folks.
Amen.
That's okay. All right.
That's
All
all I'm
right.
saying.
This is what the world needs.
So we're gonna
That's what the
close
world
off.
needs.
We're gonna close off at 10:45 because we had some technical difficulties trying to start this whole process. So we got 20 minutes left.
Okay.
We're gonna get through this last topic I have, and then we're gonna get into y'all's topics. And then if we do have time, I want y'all thoughts on these certain things that I'm gonna share the screen with. But real quick, is it truly possible to mind your business? Is it really possible in today's world to
What do you
mind
mean by
your
that?
business? I'm gonna give you an example.
Right.
If you see public displays of affection, do you say something about it? If you see someone getting hurt on the street, do you do something about it? If a child is walking all alone in the streets, do you help the child? Do you mind your business? Is it truly possible to mind your business?
It depends on how
it all depends. It all depends.
Hold on one second. Let's start with Martell.
Okay. Absolutely. And I think there's that logic of both individual thought and groupthink. So there have been situations where you see something bad happening, but there's a million people out here. So you say, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm not gonna call the police because someone's going to do it. So, but there's also situations where something's happening. Okay, well, someone needs to do something, and I'm gonna be the one to do it. I'd rather have a million calls to the police than none. But as a whole, it depends on the situation. It depends on what it is, who's involved, and so there's so many aspects. So there could be a time where I see some folks fighting, and I'm gonna just keep on walking because I don't want to get shot. I don't want to be on the crossfire. However, there may be a situation where I see some man beating up a woman, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna call the police." I may decide, "Hey, young man, get off this woman," or I may decide this young man could probably beat me up too, so I'm gonna just call the police and let them handle it from there. So it all depends on situation.
It all depends. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes I may, sometimes I may not. It depends what the guy gives me.
Okay. Sir Bakari.
You said Bashari to Corey. Who you call?
Bakari.
Oh, me. Okay. Is it possible to truly mind your business? No.
That's just the final answer. Just no.
No, it's not possible.
Okay. Interesting. Dacario.
I didn't hear. What do you?
Bakari said that it is not possible to mind your business. So Dacario.
I mean, it all depends. If it's, I've been in situations when I've seen a child distance from their parents or whatnot, and I step in and stay with the child and make sure their parent. Basically, I was at Walmart in a situation. The child was looking for their parent, and I pretty much just got the manager. And it was a guy who was looking at the child. I think that he was trying to take the child. So sometimes you can mind your business, but it all depends. If it's someone that can't defend for themselves, I think you should step in. I do.
Okay.
So not all the time. Not all the time. I ain't gonna mind my business all the time. But someone fighting, I'm gonna mind my business. They shooting, I'm gonna mind my business. Something like that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Okay, Miss Mahogany.
I'm just gonna speak on the scenarios that you mentioned. As a mother, if I see a child walking along, absolutely not. I need to get in there and see what's going on with that child. If I see a woman being, and that's a double standard too. If you see a woman being abused, did she initiate it? Did she attack him first? Did he? But I don't think I would just, sit there and watch a guy just beat her down to a bloody pulp. And I'm not gonna necessarily jump in the fight, but I would call the police. So yeah, I can't see me just somebody having bodily harm being brought upon them to just sit back and be like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, public displays of affection, I might get a little jelly because I like affection, so that ain't my business.
Okay. Olivia,
No.
have you?
I want to charm it.
Go ahead,
I want
Dakari.
to charm it. I mean, of course, if it's a male beating up on a female, I mean, I would step in, you know. But if it's two guys fighting, no, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know.
Okay.
I just want to say that. Yeah, I just want to say that.
Okay, Olivia.
Social media has definitely allowed us not to mind our business anymore. It is part of the culture.
I agree, 100%.
That we mind each other's business.
I agree.
And I think in certain instances, it is very important for you to mind your fucking business. And then in certain instances, it is not okay for you to mind your business. I mean, when we were talking about, I think it was the first situation when you were talking about public display of affection. I don't really care unless we define what is public display of affection. So is sloppy knob, is that what you're considering, you know, public display of affection? Or is it just kissing? Is it hand holding? Then where are you doing this? Are you doing this in front of a schoolyard, in front of 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds? I don't know. Are you, you know, in the middle of church or wherever your temple is, and this is what you're doing? I don't know that it's appropriate, but I'm not here to be the, you know, PDA police, you know, but if someone in danger, I am here to not call the police because that escalates the situation, especially if these are two Black people or one person is Black. So I am here to like find my other resources, like, hey, can y'all help? Somebody help her. Like, help him. Like, help the situation. Y'all stop to cause noise to the situation so we can police ourselves. And that's all I got.
I think I'm probably the only one that ain't doing that. I ain't jumping in nothing. If somebody getting beat up, yo bad.
So if I'm getting beat up, friend, you just gonna watch my ass get beat?
So let me clarify. Hey, let me clarify. I'm talking about strangers right now. I'm talking about strangers right now. You know, if I'm driving in the car and I'm driving past somebody getting beat up on the street, I'm driving past. I'm not.
I'm driving past.
Even if it's a female?
I don't know what she did.
I ain't gonna drive past.
What she did. I don't know what she did. That's not my business.
What?
I mind my business. That's what it is. It just be my luck. It just be my luck. I'm trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And
you get beat up too.
And then I get beat up.
Told you to intervene and get all up in.
Yeah, just 911 and keep rolling.
She got a phone.
Just call the police and keep going, bro.
Call the cop.
If she getting beat up, how should she call? Like, she don't gotta miss that.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain this. 9.9 times out of 10, you know you about to get your ass whooped. 9.9 times out of 10.
That's not true.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Oh,
so
man.
you know, lady, if you walking with this man and you done did something that he don't like, whatever happened, you done did something that he don't like. And you, by this point, I would think you already know where his temper could get you, or whatever the case may be, You already know you about to get molly whopped. So I would suggest that you don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or on the flip side, he may be really crazy. He may be crazy, and you don't know this type of side of him, or whatever the case may be. And regardless, why do I have to be the victim of that particular situation just because you wanted to, mess with him because he was cute, and now you getting beat up on the street because he got bipolar disorder? That's not my problem. And I'm not.
What if she died?
What happened?
What if she dies?
Thank you.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Bless her heart.
Olivia.
So you want? So let me ask you.
If it's a female, then it's okay to jump in.
Wait, Mahogany, you want me to die too?
No, I'm not saying that. If you're in a car, you're already protected. You're in a car, call 911 and keep it rolling. You don't have to get out and like Olivia said, intervene. Oh, Olivia, we agreed on something. But
look at
but you
us.
don't have to.
Hey, I
know, right? God
got a
working.
question.
But you don't necessarily have to get out and block the punch. And you was like, she got a phone, she could call. If I'm getting whopped in the face, Molly, whop your words. How I'm gonna be like, oh wait, let me dial this number. Oh, hold on, you like, there's no way. Just dial
Look at
it.
West.
I understand what Wesley's saying though, because people are crazy, and there's been so many. Let me save them, and they have died. I get it, but I will be the one that called 911 and hey, I just passed such and such road, and I saw so and so. Can you go check it out?
I mean, y'all good. Y'all good people. Y'all real good people. Go ahead, Dakari.
Jesus.
I got a question for Mahogany. So, would you you and Olivia do the same thing if it was a guy getting his ass whooped on the side of the road?
Yes, I would.
That's my question. Would you do the same thing?
Yes, I would.
Would you do the same thing?
I can't hear.
Okay, Olivia.
If I see two grown men, which I mean I see it often, you know, guys be scrapping or whatever. I've definitely been like, hold up, and got other people to be like, what are we doing? We don't need to do this. More so because any altercation or situation that happens outside, and if I can see it, I'm nervous that it can escalate to a point that someone may not walk away from this. So I'm always diligent.
What about you?
Like,
okay. So what about you, Mahogany? Would you what if a brother was getting his ass whooped by a female? Would you step in, call the police, or would you just ride past? I don't think she can hear me, Wesley.
Mahogany, Dakari said, what if it was a man getting beat up by a woman?
I have actually saved a man from being beat up from a woman. I have.
Same thing.
Y'all
She made sure that he couldn't drive away. She cut the belt from under the hood of his car and stabbed his tires and was trying to turn the wheel when he was trying to drive away. So yeah, and I let him use my phone to call. I did.
I mean, y'all some good people. Y'all some good people. You know.
No, because about maybe 20, 30 minutes ago, y'all was asking the question, why we all can't kumbaya and come together. Look at this right here. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Together on helping each other survive a moment.
Yeah, but my response, but my response to that is, they should have already know what I know, and because I feel like we should be in peaceful situations all the time. Maybe one day they'll understand that, but I'm not about to teach that moment to them when they're beating each other up. That ain't I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not Malcolm X. They saw Martin come on. He said, when I had a dream that one day we would all be created equal. Everybody saw that speech, heard that speech. Now, if them people out there want to be fighting and beating each other up because they ain't thinking about what the king said, that ain't my problem. I heard that speech. I'm driving in my car. I ain't beating nobody up. So maybe they need to go back to YouTube, watch that famous speech, because he was not just talking about white folks. He was talking about everybody on this earth. So everybody on this earth need to watch the King's speech and understand that y'all should not be beating each other up for any particular reason, whether it's a man, woman, or no, it ain't that complex.
Okay, Wesley. This is what this is one of the comments. I've been reading the comments the whole time we've been on here too. So from James L, he said, but what happens if someone was bashing you and someone just kept driving by? LOL.
I pity the fool. Because either
you didn't want anybody to help you.
You better be the fool that we pitying.
No. Either listen here. Now I'm not saying I could beat everybody ass on this earth, but either I'm dead or they gonna be killed because I pity the fool. And at the same time, if it's a situation, now here's where scenarios are different, because everybody all up in here, this group chat done been to a club and a fight broke out and y'all ain't helped not near said person. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talk about, oh, I'ma help them out. I'ma make sure we call the
That's
cops.
different.
I'ma make it ain't nothing different about it. Ain't nothing different about it. Hold on. Let me finish, because the question was brought to me. Now everybody up here acting all holier than now sanctified. Y'all some lying efforts. Because there was a video. There was a good popular video, and it was popular. I'm gonna tell you, this video was popular. Now I don't know if everybody know about bulldogs, and there was a whole fight that broke out in bulldogs, and only people that was involved in the fight was the people that was involved in the fight. Every last one of them heathens in there pulled out their phone and was recording the fight. Wasn't nobody trying to break it up but security. You know why? Because that's what they get paid for. People was up there throwing bar stools on people's backs and everything. And I know damn well everybody on this culture club then been in a situation where a fight broke out of the party and y'all looking around. Anybody gonna call the cops? When you got a phone in your hand, talk about anybody gonna call the cops, or y'all break out and run away from the situation. So I don't want nobody telling me what they want to do.
I'm going to tell you.
That's not saying.
Like 33, 34, that was no longer my reality, because I understood my position in my community and how I can be impactful. So I'm going to do one to you like this. Boom. What if you were Ahmaud Arbery? Should we have not done anything? And I was there.
Come on, sis.
What would you? Is that your business? Because he didn't know his attackers. He didn't know them. They just rolled up on him and tried to gun him down in the middle of the street, and my man is jogging.
Kill him in cold blood.
So
that was horrible. That was really horrible.
I feel like they would have never got arrested if we didn't have a film. If we didn't see the footage, I don't feel like they would have ever got arrested.
Even in the club situation that you spoke on, Wesley, we weren't saying jump in and try to physically save a person, but you could call 911.
I know, doggone where everybody on this thing ain't never called no 911 when a fight broke out at a party or club.
I never called 911.
You think not?
Correct.
No.
You're absolutely correct.
I have. Not in that situation. I haven't. No, of course not.
I've called the police for my fight.
No.
I've basically called people and called the police afterwards. Someone's going to jail today.
Okay, so usually I like to play devil's advocate, and that's what I do. I like to stir stuff up. But in this particular situation, I kind of was still stirring stuff up. But every situation, it just depends on how I'm gonna respond to it. For the scenarios that we brought up, I'm minding my business. I just am. But in a scenario where white people are running after a black man with shotguns, I'm not. I'm not gonna stand by and just let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something different. I even watching the video, I'm like, why do they have why do they have shotguns? I just don't understand why are they in the streets with shotguns? That just never makes sense to me. I never understood that. But
yes,
it's called privilege.
Like they deer hunt.
And that's why I feel the way I feel about the people I spoke about earlier.
Thank you.
Come on, thank you, Olivia Rose.
All right. Well, they going off in the comments, not bar stews on backs. Lord,
I was looking. Yeah,
they're going off.
I saw that fight on YouTube though. I would have called the police for that fight. That would have been the fight. First off, that's why I don't go to Bulldogs. I'm so thankful that they tore it down. That was a blessing from God. Y'all, I believe so. I believe that's gone.
So what happened? So what I was told today,
Bulldogs is still out.
Yeah, what I was told today is that Bulldogs is still open for whatever reason. I was told that it was boarded up or something like that, but no, they're still.
It was.
They're still
open today, actually.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Today?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wait. So how are they open?
They sent out this letter.
It's Atlanta. Everything's open. Everything has the option to be open. Just about.
Wait, go ahead, Bakari.
You said that right. It's Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean that's true. They sent out this letter saying that they are seating every other table and every other people. But if you didn't have certain stuff, you would not be able to get in. If you didn't come early enough, you wouldn't be able to get in. They're only letting certain number of people inside.
Okay.
Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Are you in their mailing list?
No, I saw it.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was being serious. I just didn't know how the notification.
Let's not shade Bulldogs. Bulldogs is a staple, and I ain't even from Atlanta like that. But Bulldogs is the joint.
To you,
it's just
I don't know anything about it.
okay. Both Martell and Olivia said to you, and that's fine. It could be that way to me.
I agree with Wes. I
Um,
completely agree with Wes.
you know, but at the end of the day, it's like places like Bulldog needs to exist because, you know, speaking from my perspective of just being, you know, not from here, there aren't that many places that makes me feel as welcomed as Bulldogs does. And so I appreciate Bulldogs for what it's given.
You.
Yeah.
Wes, open Wes. I can guarantee if you open an establishment, people will.
I did for 3 weeks, and people didn't come, so I stopped. So yeah, but
that wasn't enough time.
It wasn't, and I'm impatient. You know, I know. But if I definitely did it and made it like, you know, kept it going, I'm sure it would be turned. I'm sure. But at the time, I just didn't have the time, so I was like,
I would come. I wasn't invited the last time. That's why I wasn't.
Yeah,
there,
we didn't really frequent each other back then because this was literally when I first got to Atlanta. So
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you fighting all the homebodies.
Yeah. So yeah, it was, but I should have kept it going. It would be big by now. But yeah, you know, tomato. But before we go, I want to get at least to one of y'all's comments or topics before we go. Martell wanted to talk about, what did you want to talk about, Martell?
Why did you pull mine? I don't remember the topic off my top of my head. I'm gonna go on my email real quick. I got it ready because look, because my topic, it was good though. I will say that. Okay, so my question was, what does dating look like amidst a quarantine and national pandemic, and what will it transition to moving forward in this global climate?
Okay.
The question. So whoever wants to answer, like, don't.
Well, I'm not dating because I'm in a relationship, so I can't really answer that. Anybody out there? Y'all single? Y'all?
I'm single.
I'm single, and I'm really just pouring into myself. But
hey man, I'm pouring into myself.
That's all I'm doing is like overflowing within myself. But to as far as like dating someone, it's almost like you have to walk up to them like, "Can I see your papers? When did you last get tested for corona?" Hi. So it's like, you know, just like you want to know if they got tested for AIDS. I don't know. It's gonna be very difficult just walking up to people because we have to walk around with masks and stuff on now. So it's like, I don't know. It's difficult now. It's just gonna be a struggle.
Bacario, are you difficult? You said, what'd you say, Bakari?
I don't think it's any difficult than it was before. There was other shit out here killing people way before Corona.
I agree. And I've still been cautious with that stuff too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm single. I've gone on a few dates. And it's not like and actually, in all honesty, I think it's a little bit more easier to kind of get to know the person that you're going out with because there's nobody else there. It's just you and that person. Let's say y'all in a restaurant and y'all just talking, and literally y'all the only two people in there. Or maybe there's like another couple somewhere else, so you know, whatever. But I mean, or you find other avenues, creative ways to get to know the person. Like, when's the last time before this whole Corona thing that you took a stroll in the park just for the sake of a pretty day and to talk to somebody? Or I have a convertible that's at my mom's house. But when I had it in Atlanta, I would take it and drive it around 25 with the top down. And let's say I had that now, that would be a date. Like, let's go for a drive. Let's talk about different things. Who was ever talking to anybody?
No, that's actually like the perfect date for me to sit down and talk with somebody because I want to see if, you know, we have anything, you know, compatible with one another before we move forward to anything else. I like to get into a person's head. So even if it's just phone conversations or video chats or whatnot for a few weeks and then progress on forward, I like to actually get to know the person first.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off of what you said, Mahogany, and to answer your question, going forward, what it'll look like, if we took the time to authentically look within ourselves, figured out what worked and what didn't work, and what we like and what we don't like and what we can change and what we just have to accept, then we can show that person to the person that we're interested in. And then that would generate a real relationship.
That's good.
And so, in my opinion, the divorce rate would go down, the marriage rate would go up, and people would actually stay together without being afraid of dying if they left, or losing everything if they left. But that's just me. I don't think this quarantine came and destroyed everything. I think it actually helped us figure out
I think
some
it did.
real stuff, because
I think it did.
we're so distracted by everything
I
in the
agree.
world. We don't even take the time in the day to look at ourselves and go, what do I like about me? Or what I don't like about me.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I
did,
agree.
and that's why I said
It's
important to me, because I had to learn to fall in love
I
with
agree.
myself again. So
I
I've
was
always
just about to
loved me,
say.
but now
I
I'm
was just
in
about to say
love
that.
with me.
Well,
That's so true. You gotta.
Oh,
In order to love someone else, you have to love yourself first.
What we ask.
Y'all don't love yourselves. Oh,
No, I said I love me,
I look
but
in the
I
mirror.
have to fall
I
in
look in
love
the mirror
with
every
me.
day and I already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? I know what's up. I know I'm the finest thing on this motherfucking earth, and I know everything about me is beautiful and one T4. And anybody that has me in their life is lucky to have me in their life. I know that 100%. So to those of you that aren't on my level, but I want y'all to get there. I want y'all to get there one day. I want y'all to get there one day. God damn it! You deserve it. We all deserve it. Yes, indeed.
I can't
Y'all gotta love yourself. Y'all gotta
Yes.
RuPaul
Don't
says,
just love yourself, fall in love with yourself.
RuPaul says if you can't love yourself, how the hell you expect somebody else to love you? Can I get an amen? Yes, indeed.
Amen. But people are becoming so complacent with just cyber dating or looking on a dating app or whatever of that nature. They're losing the ability to actually interact with one another.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well,
so many.
I think it starts off
It's so
like
many.
that because
It's so many.
quarantine.
It's so many. I mean, I feel like
Say
it's
that
so
again?
many distractions. It's so many different distractions that can get you off topic as far as loving yourself or loving someone else, because you can be involved in so many different things. As far as work and if you at work most of the time, sometimes you don't have time for your partner, or sometimes you don't have time for yourself. I feel like you got to have time to yourself, to sit down and just relax. It's therapeutical, to just relax and take some time, some me time. I think that's what Mahogany is about that. She said, love herself. You got to find out who you are. We sometimes get lost. We get distracted with things, and what takes our time takes away from us. That's what I believe, anyways.
Okay, Martell, where did this question come from? Where it's sitting in your heart? What happened?
No, I just got good questions. No shade. I mean, I just know no shade. I give questions. I get the people talking, give the people what they want. And there's nothing on my heart, because I know my situation. Whether my situation straight. We good.
Are you in a relationship now?
I'm
said the situation. Stop reading it.
All right, I'm seeing.
You're right. He's in a situation.
We're seeing each other. That's it.
I'm probing. I'm probing.
We're seeing each other.
Okay. Well, that's cute. I'm happy for you.
It's cute or whatever.
Right. Okay. So, Decario, what was your topic, sir?
Oh, let me see. Oh, I think it was based on was communication important in relationships, something like that. I have to go. Yeah, that's what it was. Communication is very important in relationships. I feel like most relationships are they separate because the lack of communication, basically. People don't communicate. Sometimes people expect you to know what they feel or what they want. Sometimes you got to be vocal. People don't read minds or whatnot. Something along that line.
I think communication is important in every relationship.
Absolutely.
Every single friendship, family, relationship. Communication is top of the list. Definitely. And so I definitely would agree to that. I don't think is anybody on here believing that communication doesn't assist? All right, the silence speaks. All right, yeah. So yeah, I y'all so great. Y'all are so awesome. I want to show y'all something real quick, and then we're gonna log off. We've been on here for a while, and I want to thank everybody for being able to take the time to come on here. Sorry for the technical difficulties in the beginning, but at the same time, I think this little app situation is cool. I like the way that it's presented and everything. It comes together. I'm able to look at y'all comments and things of the sort, and I think it's really, really cool. But I want y'all thoughts on this real quick. Let me see if I can show y'all this. Let me see if I can show y'all.
This app is so fancy.
What comes to mind when you look at this image?
Kelly Rowland.
Okay, that was okay. All right. What comes to mind when you look at this image?
Ratchet.
Oh Jesus! Super
Ratchet. Ratchet.
You said Ratchet.
Ratchet.
Yes.
Martell said that.
Okay. What? Do you like this? Is that dope?
Tax season.
No, that's no.
No, it's horrible.
But see, I don't know. I'm not saying that because let Kim Kardashian or Chloe or one of them do the same thing, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's so fashion forward.
Okay.
Right.
That's society.
That's money coming out her brain, though. That's money coming out her brain. That's crazy.
God didn't give that to her.
If somebody did this for you, if somebody put all these flowers in the pool for you, Olivia, and you came to the pool and you saw this, it said, "Will you marry me?" Would you say yes or no?
Okay, so this can't work for Olivia because Olivia does not believe in destroying all of these plans to do this gesture. So,
can we please see her face?
Then you don't know.
Oh my God! Let me see her face.
Oh my God!
So what, Olivia? What you made a face?
No, I was just saying it can't work for me. It's gonna be a no because you don't know me. Like I have to like people who buy me flowers. Like I'm not the flower girl. You could buy me a plant, but don't buy me dead things.
Okay.
So that wouldn't work because that's a waste. Why? Don't do that. All of those plants all those roses now having to die. I'm not here for it.
Mahogany, would you take the panties off for this?
It just really would depend on the status of the relationship. I can't just because you did that, we may be in a bad place. So it just would depend on the status of the relationship. I'm sorry.
Okay. Italy plans to reopen to travelers on June 3rd, but not to Americans. How do we feel? Thoughts?
As they should.
What?
As they should.
They see now.
I agree.
That's not stupid. This is Italy.
They may have just seen the numbers in Atlanta.
But
what do you guys
numbers in Atlanta are going down?
That's what's crazy. All of this stuff, but our numbers have been declining.
Right.
What are y'all?
If you
about China?
If you only had one option to watch one of these shows, which one would you choose?
Living Single.
They're all bad.
Oh,
what?
I choose Fresh Prince, brother.
I'm just none. Zero.
I'm gonna watch Living Single every day for the rest of my life. Ooh, this echo.
Martin. I pick Martin.
Martin, I would do Martin too. I would definitely do Martin too. All right, this is a question.
Martin. I didn't see
Don't
Martin.
do it, Wes.
I already gave you my answer.
Don't do it, Wes.
Give your top out of this picture. Give your top 4 vocalists, and we're gonna start with Mahogany.
What was it?
Your top 4 vocalists
see it
from this picture.
Well, hell, I can't see them. Is Kiki Wyatt on there? Because she better be.
Yes, she is, honey.
Kiki would be
it's
first.
Kiki, it's Adele, it's Jessie J, Fantasia, Christina Aguilera, Mariah Carey, Beyonce.
Oh,
you forgot Keisha Cole.
He didn't forget her. She wasn't forgotten.
No, not Keisha Cole. I would say Kiki, Monica, Christina Aguilera is pretty good. I'm trying to see each one of them faces. It's so small.
We got Brandy, we got Mary J. Blige, we got Celine Dion, Braxton, Fantasia, Monica.
Pick 4? Damn.
So pick your top one. Pick your top one. Your top one.
Kiki Wyatt, Monica. Tamar and Brandy.
Okay, Olivia.
Wonderful list. I'm gonna do it in order. You ready?
Yep.
We got Kiki Wyatt. We have Mariah Carey. We have Tamar Braxton. And for the fourth pulling it under, then we have Beyonce.
Okay, Bakari.
So Kiki, Jesse, Fantasia, and Christina.
Okay, Dacario.
I'm gonna have to go with Kiki, Fantasia, Brandy, and Christina Aguilera.
Okay, Martell.
You already know my answer. First, Beyonce, Giselle Knowles, hyphen Carter. Followed by, I guess, probably Kiki, Jessie J, and Celine Dion. Y'all sleeping on Celine.
Let me tell you something. You know what's amazing though? You know who
Jessie.
everybody's goddamn list right now?
Kiki.
Kiki Wyatt.
Because no shade, Kiki.
That man can sing her face off.
Let me.
Can sing.
Kiki can sing. I'm gonna take that from Kiki. Kiki can sing.
Heard her on. She's never like her pitch, her range, her everything. Ooh, I got kicked off.
If can hold her breath, like
yes, honey. But you know, and she's shady as hell.
You gotta scream, bitch. You gotta scream.
oh, baby.
That's it right there.
I love it.
Did you hear her?
Yes.
She said, your turn.
Your turn.
Because I think she's an excellent singer. She's a great performer. The only problem with Kiki, people only show her doing that stuff. So what that is right there, Jennifer Hudson can do that, but Kiki can also give you like she can give just cute little soft vocals. Like Kiki has a wide range where she can give you a whisper and she can give you I'm a scream. Like she can give you Janet and
range and some big ass lungs.
So I wish people would show more range for Kiki because there are all those people who are like, all she does is scream. Like, no shade, people do that for Beyonce. People say Beyonce, all she does is that was it?
Oh, I can't with this nail video, honey. This is disgusting.
What is this?
I'm not sure what she's trying to instruct us on.
Turning on the water.
I'm good.
It's so gross.
That's disgusting, man. That's why it's a book.
That's not enough soap at all.
And she not.
I saw a lady in the grocery store who had nails like that on her hand, and her toenails was just as long.
Like why though?
We kept hearing this clacking noise down the aisle in the store, and it was her toenails. They was just like, ooh.
So, last question of the night: would anybody date that person?
No.
No.
What person?
Hell
The
no.
person, the person with the nail.
No.
That ain't no person. That's a creature.
No.
Thank you, Bakari. Now your sound working right.
Now your sound working right.
Look at this wood there.
I heard you loud and clear.
Oh shit.
That's the Blair Witch Project.
Not at all. No, not at all. Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to this live edition. How do y'all feel? Do y'all like this app? This cool?
Once we got going,
Olivia put me on game on this app, y'all. Olivia put me on game. So I like the app. I really do. I think it's cool. If we can get all the technical difficulties with y'all faulty equipment, y'all over here using Boost mobile phones. Y'all better get the right phone.
You talking to y'all because I'm on my laptop and we good.
Mobile, I'm sorry.
Verizon.
I don't know who he talking
It took me a second because I had to deal with some of my folk.
Yeah. She had a problem with the black folk in her community that was being black. But But anyways, I love y'all so much. Listen, we about to get out of here. I'm gonna let these guys get back to their live. We've been on here for 2 hours and 19 minutes. So y'all got a good old show. But definitely tune in next week. Hopefully we can get everybody back on here next week when we do another live audition.
Tune in tonight too. Everybody that tuned in, thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all. And I love being able to put everybody's comments on the screen. I like that. I like being able to put everybody's comments on the screen and hear that. And shout out to Kiki for sending us off right. Yes, indeed.
And Miss Wyatt.
Kiki, Ms. Wyatt. But anyways, love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night, y'all. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Oh, Mahogany got off quick. Why am I still here? Should I just hang up? I'm gonna hang up. Okay. Since y'all here, follow me on social media at Martel Star, MartelStar. What's up? Go download my EP. Welcome to Emerald City. Turn up. Thank y'all. I'm on all social media platforms.